gets the first Bluegrass Area McDonald's star of the game as Coach McPeak comes over. Hey, Coach McPeak, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great job tonight. Your team was ready, and Coach, you of course you get the Mingua beef
thank
jerky.
you.
You get the Mingua
Appreciate
beef
it.
jerky.
My uncle, Gary, he coached Curtis Mackley, which is a big guy in this beef jerky company.
Exactly.
He's awful good to everybody around here. So.
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, you did. There's the beef jerky. That's Coach McPeak. And he is, of course, related to Gary, the athletic director here.
Yes, sir.
What was it like, getting ready for Bryan Station? Because so many of your young men played there last year.
Yeah, it was, I coached there last year.
Yeah, exactly.
I coached with Frank, and he does a great job. And, Jalen and Shamar and Kendrick and Chris. I hope Chris is okay. I know he got hit pretty good over there.
Yes,
so
sir.
I hope all those kids are great. And, Frank does the best job he can. And, he was dealt a tough hand when all of those kids, half of their high school's over here now,
right?
With the new high school. So, but we're doing the best we can for the first year. I mean, we didn't know what kids were going to have till really July. We started doing some stuff with them in June, and we were at a middle school field over at Crawford till they got this finished.
Right.
So, we've come a long way since then. Coach Landis done a great job, and he's hired a great staff that just is being really competitive with the kids and building a great culture.
Yeah, you mentioned that staff, and Coach Poe came out and did the show
Yes,
this
sir.
week. He's on Sunday with the kids.
Yes, sir.
The defensive line coach, Dante Key, the linebackers, Derek Thomas, former head coach at Dunbar.
Yes, sir.
Will Mulder, who was a great player in arena football with the Horsemen and then won a championship, I think, was it Seattle maybe?
Yeah, he was out in Portland in
Portland.
arena. Yeah,
Jordan Pruitt, safeties. Will Catron, especially, he's a great guy. Mike Mills, director of football ops. Of course, yourself, the offensive guru and offensive. By the way, Coach Meehan, who's a quarterback guy, at Dunbar and LCA was
Yes,
a quarterback coach. He praises on your offensive line tonight. He thought they were outstanding. I really like big number 75. I think his name's O'Buck.
Yes,
he's
sir.
going to be a stud.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's going to be a really good one once he gets in a weight room and can get more fast twitch muscles. But
Right.
he wears an 18 shoe and he just turned 16. So, he's going to be a good one, and he's already got a full beard. So I coach him like he's a senior, but
he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
And then you got Jim Franklin. Everybody knows him, the quarterback coach. Trent
coach.
Vincent, running backs, tight ends, inside receivers. Quentin Williams. If I'm giving them all, I'll give them all some love. Vander Harris, the outside receivers coach. Ed Toll. Everybody knows Ed. He's still got all that hair.
That's right.
And then you got Coach Gary, the athletic director, and Jeremy Delaney, the assistant. But you guys have put together a tremendous staff here. Your team's 5-1. What did you tell me, Coach McPeak? What did you tell the team after that tough loss to Danville? Did you say, "Hey, let's have amnesia and go back to work and start this thing"?
I think our kids kind of were a little bright-lighted a little bit, being the first time. And
Right.
Danville's been doing that to a lot of people this year.
Yeah, they're good.
They're
very good.
They got 22 guys back, and I know their staff and how good of coaches they are there. So it's it's a situation where we played a really, really good opponent the first time out, and they whipped us pretty good.
Well, you can hang your hat on this. Creek, the last we heard, was beating them 24-14 in the fourth, and that's a Creek team that you took care of business with pretty easily.
Yeah, I talked to some Danville guys, and that's a good win for them if they did.
Yeah.
But Danville had a couple guys out tonight.
Okay, makes sense.
I talked to their coaches, and I'm good friends with their offensive coordinator. Used
Right.
to be at Round County from Eastern Kentucky. So,
Right.
he said they were going to hold a couple of their guys out. I don't know who, but
Right.
still, that's a good win for Creek, and they're rolling too. I mean, we were fortunate to beat them here. We played really well.
Well, I mean, just go back to the Lafayette teams that Gary, helped coach over there the last few years, and they've seemed to have Scott County's number. So Scott County, they've lost 2 games, but to a powerhouse from Cincinnati LaSalle and Cincinnati Moeller. Okay, so Danville's coming back leading 27-24 late in that game, so maybe prematurely there. But like you said, a couple players out for Danville.
Yep.
So back to what I was going to say. You certainly know the recipe to knock off Scott County, but what would this week of practice be like? Tay wouldn't talk about it too much.
No, I mean it's we're going to enjoy this one for 24 hours. We've
Right.
got a 24-hour on our program, and then
Yeah.
we'll get back to work. And Coach McKee and his staff, they do an outstanding job. They've been doing it for a long time, and in order for us to compete with them, we got to have a really good week of practice. And they're just so big and strong and been in the weight room year after year after year, and we really haven't had that opportunity quite yet.
Right.
To build
That's a
a weight
good point,
program.
yeah.
So you know, we're going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit physically, I think. But our kids will play hard and do what we ask them this week. And, you know, what we got to do is just do what we did tonight, you know, run the football successfully. And, you know, they're going to be a lot better defense than what we've played probably all year for what they do. Danville was pretty solid on defense.
Yep.
But, you know, for what they do, and they're guys, the thing that they do is they don't make mistakes. You have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves, and that's a credit to Coach McKee and his staff.
And I've seen over the years that you got to have a pretty good passing game to knock off Scott County.
You do.
And I think Micah Lowe is in that caliber of a Scott County. He had two. He could have had 3 touchdown catches tonight.
Yeah.
I think Hunt is a good receiver. And I like to, as I always say, if you've ever heard in my broadcast, the tight end's always open.
Yeah.
Cameron was wide open on that one down the middle.
We ran that play twice.
Yeah.
And 5 right here, he was wide open. And 5 for Station did a great job of knocking the ball down here. When we were on the 12, he was open.
Yeah.
Then we come back. They actually had it covered, and in the second window, Tay hit him, which is a credit to Tay and, you know, and how much better he's gotten. But I just want to give credit to our staff this week. They did a great job in a lot of adverse situations. And, you know, this is Coach Landis' football team. He's done a great job building this program. And, you know, all of our coaches have done a great job. I mean, Coach Franklin's done a great job with Tay and all of our quarterbacks. And just across the board, all of our guys. I'm just blessed to be part of a good staff. And these kids have really bought into what we're trying to do.
And I want to say here on Prep Spin, too, you know, we enjoy covering these big high school football games on Prep Spin. High definition, 1080p.
Yes, sir.
But I want to say to your Uncle Gary, thanks for all the great hospitality out here,
sir.
all the setup here in the press box, setting William up with, you know, that guys like us that, you know, I've been in this business 30 years, a long time covering high schools. Guys like us, that means a lot because we know you guys want us here.
Yes, sir.
You know, not everybody wants us there, if you know what I mean.
Yes,
so,
sir.
so we appreciate that and had food up here for us and drinks and.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we feel like this is a first class operation.
Yeah,
here.
we're going to try to run it just like college, I'm sure. And our administration's awesome. You know, Mr. Diaz and Coach Harmon and everybody across the board. They want to see us be successful in academics and athletics.
Right.
And for an administration to be as supportive as they are, we really appreciate them because, you know, he's got some of us in the building teaching, and we're really good teachers, but it really helps when the kids can see your coaches in the building.
Right.
And, you know, I've been places where that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's just a credit to our administration about what they want to see all programs be successful. And thank you guys for coming. You guys do a great job with this, and we really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, Coach McPeak. That's
Yes,
Nathan Peak. He was the interim head coach tonight for Coach Landis. He gets the Mingua beef jerky tonight. So congratulations to him. And we'll come back and wrap things up thanks to Coach Nathan McPeak and the final 27-6. And they have turned the lights out here at Douglas High School. We'll come back and wrap things up very quickly after this timeout.